The treatment of addiction is not always confined within the walls of the rehab facility.
Damn.
Oh, yellow. You will all play.
Today we played a mallet ball with Mr. Wicket.
This is Mr. Wicket.
I was getting coached by Mr. Wicket, his name tag says, an elderly gentleman who was very kind.
This is extreme mallet ball. And in this game, which is very golf-like, there are 4 balls. It's a partnership game, 1 stroke per turn. Lewis, teeing off.
It's like croquet, but you play with bigger balls, like soccer balls, mallets. Really, really fun.
This is weird. I mean, it's fun, but I've never done this before, so it's fun.
It's a very social game. You have to negotiate with your partner to know what you're going to do, and you have to kind of be responsible for lots of accidents.
Oh, why did I just do that?
We're attacking boredom. We're helping them develop and design new lives, and this is absolutely ideal for doing that.
We talk in treatment about making new memories, so we have those memories now of having fun without the booze or the drugs to have it.
I suck.
Stop, you don't suck. It's not that attitude.
We have to show people ways to get high naturally.
I'm glad I went because it just made me remember, you know, how good things were when I was clean last time. It's the best I've felt since I've been here.
After 7 days in rehab, the clients are just starting to get some clarity. Their past behavior is coming into focus. It's a heavy load to bear.
The first week of treatment is quite bizarre because a lot of people are coming off the drugs, they're coming off drinking for 20, 30 years, they're coming off really bad street behavior. We try to provide a safe, you know, conducive environment to getting their lives back together.
There's a part of me that still doesn't want to believe it, that doesn't want to fully accept, because by accepting it, it's making me admit that I'm sick. It's fearful.
Because God forbid you might have to stop then. Like if I admit I'm an alcoholic or an addict, then I got a decision to make. Either I got to stop this insanity or keep going and kill myself.
And the reality is, if I don't change and stop gambling and stop living my life the way that I've been living, that I'm dead.
And it just pisses me off that everyone else around me can have a drink and be functional, and I can't.
Why does this happen to some and not others?
It doesn't matter.
It matters to someone like me.
No, is it gonna keep you sober?
No.
It matters what you're gonna do with what you do in this treatment program. It matters how much time and energy you're truly trying to invest and put down the facade and trying to open up and be honest with your peers and with your counselors.
Right now, I'm in a safe environment. If I was on the outside, it would be scary because you're not surrounded with that support group.
I go from 1 minute being confused, next minute to having a thought and opinion, and before I can open up my mouth, I'm already thought this thing over 10 different, 15, 20 different ways.
You know, this can become an extremely complicated program if you sit down and try to analyze everything. It's kind of like, let me create as much noise in my head for this possible minute so I don't have to focus on what I need to do here.
And that's what we do best.
And that's what you do best. Goddamn right. Don't pick up. It's that simple. You know, now you need to be an entirely different human being. So it's not just put the drugs down and my life will be better. It's like, well, what the f do I even do? Because that's all I ever did.
I've been so f***ed up my whole life. I'm like lost. I'm totally lost. I want to get better, and I know the only way I'm going to get better is to let my feelings out. But you know what? I don't have any feelings.
Do you believe you're an alcoholic, Connie?
Absolutely. With every cell and marrow in my bone, I'm totally an alcoholic, and I'm totally powerless.
I'm in a safe environment now, but I've noticed myself as we're driving in the van looking at liquor store, and it's just calling my name.
And that's the insanity. How could I consider drinking again after everything I've done? How could you consider it, Connie? See, that's what alcoholism is. It's your thinking. And that's what has to change. But toxic guilt on your alcoholism is self-defeating. It's feeding it. And it's going to be very difficult with the attitude of this guilt for f***ing it all up to get well.
It was an action that you took to get high. All of the actions and courses of actions in your life brought you to the seat. Your actions could get you well. But if you don't get well, it's because you didn't act appropriately to get well. See, the responsibility has to be on you. Because then if it's on you, then you can take ownership for your sobriety or for you this thing up. Because now you know what you're supposed to be doing to get well. And if you don't do it, whose fault is it?
Mine.
Whose fault is it?
Ourselves.
Yeah. It's exactly right.
Recovery from addiction is extremely tough to achieve and even more difficult to hold on to. During the next 3 weeks, this group will have to scratch and claw their way to recovery or end up crushed by the hopeless cycle of drugs, alcohol, and gambling.